got back from the movie theater, I was like, fuck it. I didn't want to wait and ponder on it. I want to go on camera while this is fresh inside my mind. So Black Christmas is a new movie directed by Sofia Takal. And this movie stars Imogen Poochon and actresses. I don't know their names. I don't know the characters' names of the characters that they play. So that was a detriment to the film right then and there. And this movie right here is a movie dedicated about women, or you can say this Me Too slasher film that basically revolves around these girls that had to team up together to stop this unknown stalker or unknown killer that's been killing girls throughout the campus during the night. It's completely different because you don't really get the plot points until the third act of the movie. The Black Christmas is a remake of a couple of movies that came out. The Black Christmas came out in 1976. I haven't seen that. There's also a Black Christmas movie that came out in 2006. I haven't seen that. I didn't even know there was a Black Christmas movie until after tonight. But basically, you got this main character, Imogen Poots played this main character, Riley. She was assaulted by one of the men in the fraternity group. I'm sorry. I had to say Black Christmas is one of the worst directed movies I have seen this year. Literally, the editing and the scene transitions, by far one of the most terriblest things I've ever seen on screen. And I promise you guys, I'm not going to yell on camera, but god damn, there was lots of weird slow-mo, and the director decided to use shaky cam, fast cam, slow cam, and then she used shaky cam all in one. Like, I don't know what the director was doing. It's like she was taking a shit while she was directing the movie. The premise of this movie is not actually what you see in this movie. You don't really get the premise until like the third act. In the first act, you get this young girl who is running very, very slow. For some odd reason, she gets killed by the unknown stalker, and then we just pretty much have the main character, Imogen Poots plays Riley, and she's just dealing with her emotions after she got insulted. Couple of characters disappearing every now and then you got the main character, paranoid as hell, trying to investigate, and then the cliche, the security guard, the superiors, the cops, all don't believe him, because if they do believe this girl, then we wouldn't have a movie. So yeah, just give us predictable screenplay. There are some plot beats and plot points that I figured out, and this screenplay was very predictable as well. And the movie was boring. The movie didn't have tension. It lacked tension. Not a lot of character development in this movie. Basically, you would not remember any characters' names. The characters are one note, they're cliche, characters make dumb decisions only because we need to have a film, and it's just complete nonsensical bullshit. And then the movie tried to have some social justice. The movie advertised itself as a horror film too. The movie is considered a horror film, but it didn't feel like a horror movie. Like, when there is a times where characters die, but yet when there's a moment where you think it'll be a jump scare, the jump scare doesn't really deliver. It's just kind of weak, and the sound design for that jump scare was non-existent. That right there just made the film a lot more boring, and I didn't feel anything. And I feel like this movie was for women, I guess. And it's not really for men, because the film focuses on women, and the men are pretty much presented as bad people. And there is this message revolving around, feminism, about things of that nature. I don't want to go into full details. It just doesn't work. I just think there's like a misdirection within the confines of its own messages. It thinks it's being ambitious, it thinks it's being smart, but no, it's just being pretentious and just forcing the shit down your throat. I felt like this movie was trying to play a game. Opposite Day. What it was trying to do, it was trying to have the social injustice as the main frontrunner of the whole entire movie. And then you got the characters, then you got the plot, then you got the script, then you got the screenplay. But if you need to have those characters, you need to have the screenplay, you need to have focus on the plot points of the movie, and then you add in a social injustice. You don't use the social injustice as the outline of the movie, and then the film itself tried to use social injustice as a source of exposition. What kind of movie does that? In the third act, all the action sequences was just goddamn terrible. The action sequences was a disgrace that I deserve a lobotomy. I deserve a lobotomy for what I've just saw. Bad guys are one note. The characters are a cliche, one note. They're not really interesting. You don't really care for the characters at all. Maybe you only care for the main character, Imogen Poots. But that's it. Yes, so Black Christmas is definitely one of the worst movies I've seen this year. So yes, this Black Christmas getting bat ass. Ass. Okay, yes, so that's my review of Black Christmas. Have you seen? No, you have not. Don't see Black Christmas. Avoid it, that movie, at all as possible. Just avoid it. And I promise you guys, I will never. I don't like yelling on camera and things of that nature. But man, that was a bad movie. Holy mackerel.